Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a world teetering on the brink of chaos, shattered by decades of civil war. From this maelstrom, a young man, barely out of his teens, would rise to forge an empire and usher in an unprecedented era of peace. Fate intervened when his great-uncle, the formidable Julius Caesar, adopted him posthumously in his will. Overnight, Octavian, as he was then known, became Caesar's heir, inheriting not just immense wealth but also a dangerous legacy. He understood that legitimacy came not just from military might, but from tradition and divine favor. He tirelessly promoted traditional Roman values, family, morality, and religious observance. Even enacting laws to encourage marriage and childbearing, he didn't just transform a republic into an empire. He shaped the very concept of Roman imperial rule for centuries to come. His reign was a pivotal turning point in Western history, demonstrating how shrewd political acumen, strategic vision, and an understanding of public perception could fundamentally reshape a civilization. He was the architect of an empire, the purveyor of peace, and the man who, through sheer force of will and intellect, defined what it meant to be Roman. He was a master of propaganda, using art, architecture, and literature to project an image of peace, prosperity, and a divinely sanctioned new golden age. Think of the Arapasa's Augusta, the altar of Augustan peace, depicting his family and scenes of harmony, a powerful statement of his reign. He famously boasted he found Rome a city of brick and left it a city of marble, a testament to his massive building projects that not only beautified the capital but also provided employment and demonstrated stability. The Roman Republic was tearing itself apart, and the path to power was paved with ambition, betrayal, and bloodshed. For over 2 centuries, his reforms laid the groundwork for an unparalleled period of stability and the constant anxieties of succession within his own family. Yet, Augustus navigated these storms with a steady hand, ensuring a smooth transition of power to his stepson Tiberius upon his death in 14E at the ripe old age of 75. Economic growth and cultural flourishing across the vast Roman Empire. He professionalized the army, secured the borders, reformed the financial system, and established an efficient administrative bureaucracy that governed provinces from Britannia to Egypt, while the peace was maintained by force. It fostered an environment where trade boomed, infrastructure thrived, and Roman law and culture spread far and wide. This is the story of Augustus Caesar, the ultimate empire builder, master strategist, and the man who literally rebuilt Rome from brick to marble. Born Gaius Octavius in 63 BC, he was a seemingly unlikely candidate for greatness. Octavian, alongside Mark Antony and Marcus Lepidus, formed the Second Triumvirate, a brutal alliance that sought revenge for Caesar's assassination. Unlike his dictatorial great-uncle, he understood that absolute power, openly displayed, was a recipe for assassination. Instead, he meticulously crafted an image of a humble, traditional Roman, devoted to the Republic's restoration. Through a series of carefully orchestrated political maneuvers known as the First and Second Settlements, he seemingly returned power to the Senate and the people. While subtly consolidating all real authority in his own hands, he adopted the title of princeps, meaning first citizen, subtly implying he was merely primus inter pares, first among equals, rather than a monarch. In 27 BC, the Senate bestowed upon him the revered title of Augustus, meaning the exalted one. The Roman Empire was born, not with a roar, but with a carefully cultivated whisper of continuity. Their prescriptions eliminated political enemies, and through cunning alliances and ruthless military campaigns, Octavian systematically eliminated his rivals. The climactic showdown came at the Battle of Actium in 31 BC, where his forces decisively defeated Antony and Cleopatra. This victory marked the end of the Republic's long, bloody civil wars and left Octavian as the undisputed master of the Roman world. But here's where Octavian's true genius shone. Augustus was a man of immense contradictions, pragmatic yet pious, ruthless yet refined. His greatest achievement, however, was the Pax Romana, the Roman peace. Challenges did arise: internal dissent, the occasional military setback like the devastating defeat in the Teutoburg forest. With all of this, one thing is certain: Augustus Caesar's legacy is immense. He was the architect of an empire, the purveyor of peace, and the man who, through sheer force of will and intellect, defined what it meant to be Roman.